Welcome back to Love Rivers, where one balloon can say more than a whole paragraph. Tonight we have a row of beautiful, grown, opinionated women, and a few single men brave enough to stand in front of them. You know the rules. If the connection is still possible, keep your balloon. If the vibe is not there, pop it. Simple game, complicated feelings.
Host. Ladies, are we ready? Women. Yes. Host. Good. Let's bring out our first single. Host. Come on in. Tell us your name, your age, and what you do. Marcus. My name is Marcus. I'm 37 and I manage client accounts for a software company. Host. All right, Marcus. What are your green flags? Marcus. I listen before I react. I cook real food, not just air fryer survival meals. And I try to make the woman I'm with feel seen, not managed. Host. Okay, a man with seasoning and emotional vocabulary. Interesting fact? Marcus. I write spoken word pieces. Sometimes I perform, but mostly I write when somebody inspires me. Host. And your deep waters profile? Marcus. Steady current. Host. Steady current. That means he moves with intention but needs to know the water is worth stepping into. Marcus. Nobody popped yet, so ask the ladies your first question. Marcus. What does peace in a relationship look like to you? Host. Good question. Let's start down here. Patrice. I'm Patrice. I'm 41, and I run a youth mentoring nonprofit. Peace looks like honesty. Not perfect days, not fake smiles, but knowing I can trust what you tell me. Renee. I'm Renee, 52, registered nurse. Peace is when two adults can tell the truth without turning the room into a battlefield. Alicia. Alicia, 48, payroll analyst. For me, peace is consistency. If I have to guess which version of you I'm getting every day, that is not peace. Tasha. I'm Tasha, 34. I work in home health. Peace is communication, but not just talking. You have to understand what you heard. Bree. I'm Bree, 43, CNA and nursing student. Peace is being able to disagree and still know we are on the same team. Dana. Dana, 33, insurance specialist. Peace is emotional safety. I need to know that if I open up, you are not going to use it against me later. Host. Marcus, you look like you are taking notes in your head. Marcus. I am. Those were grown answers. Host. Next question. Marcus. If I asked you on a first date, what would make it memorable? Patrice. A place where we can actually talk. A walk near the water, coffee after, something simple but thoughtful. Renee. Effort. It does not have to be expensive, but if you ask me what I like and then plan around that, I will remember it. Alicia. I like live music. Give me good food, good seats, and no awkward phone scrolling. Tasha. I want activity. Bowling, cooking class, something where we can laugh. Bree. I am spontaneous. We can start at dinner and end up at a little jazz spot. Dana. I would want something low pressure. I need to see if we can talk without performing. Host. Marcus, you have to pop 2 balloons. Host. Why did you pop Patrice? Marcus. She is beautiful and clearly grounded, but I felt more respect than romantic pull. Host. Patrice. Why did you keep yours? Patrice. Because he sounded intentional. I wanted to hear more before deciding. Host. And why did you pop Renee? Marcus. Age range. I respect her, but I know where I am trying to build. Renee. I figured that might be it. No hard feelings. Host. Remaining ladies. Ask him something. Alicia. What is a deal breaker you will not negotiate? Marcus. Lack of accountability. We can work through a lot if both people can own their part. Dana. How do you handle female friends while in a relationship? Marcus. Boundaries. I can have friends, but my partner should never feel like she is competing with private history. Bree. How do you handle conflict? Marcus. Depends on the situation. Sometimes I need a minute to cool off. but I do believe in coming back and finishing the conversation. Host. Marcus, one more balloon. Host. Why Dana? Marcus. She gave smart answers, but I sensed she was still evaluating me more than connecting. Dana. That's fair. I was. Host. Alicia and Bree remain. Alicia, why did you keep yours? Alicia. He is handsome, articulate, and I like a man who answers directly. Bree. Same. He has a calm presence, and I like calm men because I am the sparkle. Host. Marcus, are either of them your type? Marcus. Both are attractive. Alicia feels closer to what I usually go for. Bree has energy I would have to keep up with. Host. Final question before we decide. Marcus. What does commitment require from you? Alicia. Patience. I have been single long enough to know I cannot bring old frustration into something new. Bree. Effort every day. I do not believe relationships run on autopilot. Host. Marcus, make your decision. Host. You popped Bree. Why? Marcus. She is fun, but Alicia feels more aligned with where I am. Host. Alicia. Is this a match? Alicia. I would say yes. Host. Marcus? Marcus. Yes. Host. We have our first match. Host. All right, let's keep flowing. Bring in the next single. Host. Name, age, occupation. Corey. Corey. 42. I own a mobile detailing business and do event promotion on the side. Host. Green flags? Corey. I am fun, loyal, and I will make sure we are never bored. If we are together, we are outside living life. Host. Interesting fact? Corey. I have been to 9 countries, and I usually book the trip first and figure out the rest later. Host. Deep waters profile? Corey. Wild current. Host. Wild current. That explains the shoes and the sunglasses indoors. Host. Ladies, I see a few hands moving. If you need to pop, pop. Host. Corey, follow me. Renee, why did you pop? Renee. He said, book first, figure it out later. I am not going to another country with a man who treats planning like a rumor. Corey. I plan. I just plan with flexibility. Renee. That sentence made it worse. Host. Alicia, why did you pop? Alicia. The flash is not my style. I like confident. I do not like loud. Host. Tasha kept hers. Why? Tasha. I wanted to hear him out. He might be fun, and I like fun, but I need to know if he can sit still. Host. Corey. Ask the remaining ladies a question. Corey. What do you do for fun when nobody is watching? Patrice. I read, do puzzles and make playlists. Tasha. I dance while cleaning. I will turn a kitchen into a concert. Bree. I am last-minute adventure. If the weather is good, I want to be somewhere with music. Dana. Family, live shows, and little restaurants nobody has reviewed yet. Host. Ladies, ask him something. Tasha. You called yourself free. Does that mean single-minded free or unavailable free? Corey. It means I do not want to be controlled. I am loyal, but I am not checking in every 15 minutes like I am on a curfew. Host. Oh, that did something. Bree, why did you pop? Bree. Because men usually say, I do not want to be controlled, when they mean, do not ask me reasonable questions. Corey. That is not what I mean. Patrice. But it is what it sounded like. Host. Tasha. Your balloon is still up. Tasha. Barely. I kept it because I like personality, but he needs to clarify. Corey. I am saying trust matters. If I tell you I am working or with friends, I need you to believe me unless I give you a reason not to. Dana. That sounds better than the first version. Host. Corey, one more pop. Host. Why Patrice? Corey. She is lovely, but I think she would need a level of structure that I might frustrate. Host. Tasha and Dana remain. Are they your type? Corey. Tasha has the energy, Dana has the calm. I like both. Host. Ladies, is he your type? Tasha. He is attractive, but I need to see if he is actually relationship ready. Dana. I think he is charming. I also think charm can hide chaos. Host. Final question. Corey. What would make you feel secure with me? Tasha. Follow through. Do what you said you would do without me reminding you. Dana. Transparency. Not a report, not surveillance, just enough openness that my nervous system can relax. Host. Corey? Host. You popped Dana. Corey. I think Tasha and I would have more natural chemistry. Host. Tasha, is this a match? Tasha. I will say yes, with a warning label. Corey. I accept the label. Host. Another match. Host. Next single. Come on out. Host. Name. Age. Occupation. Julian. Julian, 28. I work in casino hospitality and I also play guitar. Host. Green flags. Julian. I give effort. I remember details. I like making the person I am with feel celebrated. Host. Interesting fact? Julian. I can learn most songs by ear if you give me a few minutes. Host. Deep Waters profile? Julian. Open Tide. Host. Open Tide. Passionate, expressive, maybe a little dangerous near curtains. Host. Any first pops? Host. Renee? Renee. He is handsome, but too young for me. Host. Alicia? Alicia. Same. I have a nephew around that age. I cannot unthink that. Julian. Fair. Host. Remaining ladies. Julian's question. Julian. What value do you bring into a relationship that somebody cannot fake? Patrice. Stability. I am not perfect, but I am consistent. Tasha. Joy. I can make a regular Tuesday feel like a holiday. Bree. Loyalty and laughter. If I am with you, I am with you. Dana. Peace. I am not interested in competing with chaos. Host. Those are strong answers. Ladies, ask him. Bree. How do you feel about dating older? Julian. I am open, but I have to be honest. Long term, I usually date closer to my age. Tasha. At least you said it plainly. Dana. Do you play electric or acoustic? Julian. Both. Acoustic if I am trying to impress somebody. Electric if I am showing off. Dana. Can you sing? Julian. No, and I respect everybody too much to pretend. Host. Julian, pop one. Host. Why Tasha? Julian. Her energy is great, but I think I would be trying to match a speed I do not naturally live at. Tasha. That's honest. Host. Patrice, Bree, Dana remain. Julian. I already know age may be a thing, so I want to ask. If there is a connection, how much does age matter? Patrice. It matters when life stages are too different. I have no interest in raising a grown man. Bree. It matters if you make it matter, but if I have to explain basics, I am out. Dana. I care less about the number and more about maturity. If you are 28 but emotionally present, we can talk. Host. Julian. One more. Host. Why Patrice? Julian. She is grounded, but I think she is looking for someone more settled than I am right now. Host. Bree and Dana. Do you have a question for him? Dana. Are you dating for attention or are you dating for a relationship? Julian. Relationship. Attention is easy. A real connection is harder, and that is what I want. Bree. If your schedule gets busy, how do you show up? Julian. I communicate before it becomes a problem. I do not disappear and then return with a speech. Host. Julian, final decision. Host, you popped Bree. Julian, she is amazing, but Dana feels closer to my pace. Host, Dana, how do you feel? Dana, I like him. He is young, but he does not feel childish. Host, Julian? Julian, I feel good. Host, is this a match? Dana, yes. Julian, yes. Host, another Love Rivers match. Host, final single of the night. Come on in. Host, name, age, occupation. Devin, 39. I am an operations engineer for an energy company. Host, green flags? Devin, I am honest, organized, and I try to solve problems instead of running from them. Host, interesting fact? Devin, I still mix up left and right when someone gives me directions too fast. Host, that is honest. Deepwater's profile? Devin, calm water. Host, calm water. So you like peace, balance, and everybody knowing where the car keys are. Devin, pretty much. Host, no early pops. Devin, ask your first question. Devin, what is something people misunderstand about you? Patrice, people think quiet means passive. It does not. I observe before I respond. Renee, people think because I am a nurse, I want to take care of everybody all the time. I want to be cared for too. Alicia, people think accountants are boring. I dance to old school music while balancing spreadsheets. Bree, people think because I laugh a lot that I do not take things seriously. I do. I just refuse to be miserable. Dana, people think calm means I do not feel deeply. I feel everything. I just do not always announce it. Host, Devin, what are you thinking? Devin, strong lineup. Host, ladies, ask him something. Patrice, how do you handle conflict? Devin, I do not like mess, but I do not avoid hard conversations. I prefer to cool down, then talk with respect. Renee, relationship with your parents? Devin, my mother and I are close. My father and I are still working through some things. I was raised mostly by my mom. Alicia, do you have kids? Devin, yes. 5. Host, ages? Devin, older teens and young adults. Bree, do you want more? Devin, no, I love my children, but I am done having babies. Host, okay, let's talk. Patrice, why did you pop? Patrice, 5 children is a lot of family structure to enter. I respect it, but it is not for me. Host, Renee, I kept mine because I like his maturity, but the kids gave me pause. Host, Alicia, I popped because I want to build with someone whose household is a little less complicated. Host, Bree still has hers. Why? Bree, he is attractive, he seems steady, and I am not afraid of grown children. I just need to know boundaries are healthy. Host, Dana, I kept mine because I wanted to hear more. Host, Devin, ask the remaining ladies a question. Devin, how do you handle disagreements when emotions get high? Renee, I pause before I speak, not to ignore the issue, but to keep from damaging the person. Bree, I try to fix it before we sleep. I am not saying every problem ends in one night, but I do not like letting resentment get comfortable. Dana, I address it directly, but I can give space. I just need us to come back to the table. Host, good answers. Ladies, final questions. Bree, are you looking for a relationship or just company? Devin, relationship. I am not here for a situation that has no direction. Dana, what do you need from a woman to feel respected? Devin, consideration. Think about how choices affect both of us, not just the moment. Renee, if you could change careers tomorrow, what would you do? Devin, full-time business owner. I want to build something my kids can eventually be part of if they choose. Host. Renee popped. Why? Renee. He is handsome and grown, but I need someone a little more seasoned in the same life lane as me. He is close, but not quite. Host. Bree and Dana remain. Devin, are they your type? Devin. Bree is definitely my type physically. Dana has the calm I like. Host. Bree, why keep yours? Bree. He is fine, and he does not seem scattered. I like a man who knows his responsibilities. Host. Dana? Dana. He answers carefully, but I noticed he looks around the room more than he looks at me. Eye contact matters. Host. Devin, final question for either of them? Devin. Are you both actually ready for a relationship, or do you just like the idea of one? Bree. I am ready. I do not need perfect, but I need honest effort. Dana. I am ready, but I move slow. I do not jump just because the room says jump. Host. Devin, is this a match with either lady? Devin. I have to be honest, I do not think so. Host. You popped Dana. And Bree? Host. All the balloons are down. Why? Devin. They are both beautiful, and I respect how they answered. But I am still looking for a very specific feeling, and I do not want to force it because the moment looks good. Bree. I respect the honesty, but you had me standing here thinking we were about to exchange numbers. Dana. Same, but clarity is better than a fake yes. Host. And that is the show, right there. Sometimes the connection lands, and sometimes it almost lands. Host. Tonight we had 2 matches, a few tough pops, and a lot of grown people asking real questions. Love Rivers is not just about attraction. It is about timing, honesty, family, boundaries, and whether 2 people can actually meet each other where they are. Host. Thank you to all our singles, thank you to our ladies, and thank you for watching Pop It, Rivers Edition. Stay tuned for part 2, because the river is not done with us yet.